All right. Well, meeting is now streaming on YouTube. Let's see if third time is the charm or if the gods have actually spoken and they're just like, I mean, not. The weird thing is, I basically said everything that I need to say at this point. It's like I got to pick up at 90% and then just finish it the last 10. That seems weird. That's why it's like where does the grass grow? The grass grows where it's planted. The grass grows where it gets water, where it gets food. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? does that help the cause at all? Am I is any of this ringing a bell? That's really what the question is. Not to mention now we're running out of daylight. So whereas a second ago I was hoping to bring some valuetainment, now we're just freezing our nuts off here in the backyard under the orange tree. Um, so I guess that this time we'll just call it a formal goodbye, unless you guys had any other questions. That way I wasn't leaving any of y'all hanging. Salavi, nice to see you. Jenny, Z, how's it going, you guys? Um, ooh, I guess I'll just use this as a reminder. Plant medicine retreats. We have them monthly here in California. Next one is July 10th through 12th. Following one is August 15th, I believe. And at this rate, we will be having at least one a month if you guys want to participate in plant medicine ceremonies. Those are a thing. My Etsy shop update. I know I'm late on just about everyone's order. My bad. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at the same time. Can't keep up. Thank you for your patience. I just got out like 7 today. We've been slaying it, which is a good thing. I will be doing another thank you video, not another, but a thank you video for my Patreon because there's a bunch of homies in the Patreon who've been chipping into the pot, and I think we're over $100 a month on Patreon, which is phenomenal. Like that's crazy, you guys. Thank you for joining the Patreon. Um, yeah, you guys should hit me up with like we'll do like a Q&A, because people ask to do Q&As, but it's kind of like, or maybe I can just freestyle and just hope people ask during the comments because I've had two in the past 2 days ask for a Q&A live. So if you guys had some questions or something like that, hit me up. Feel free. Whether you came for the dreadlock videos, the spiritual videos, the audiobooks, we're gonna get back to the garage, back to the readings by candlelight in the next couple days. I have um, the garage has just been packed. I'm sharing the garage because COVID, so my brother's working in there right now, so it's really hard to set up and break down. My bad for not having the readings by candlelight in there. Everywhere else is just a huge inconvenience. I guess I could do them outside, but I'd have to run the extension cord. I'd have to set up a light out here, like a ring light. It might be pretty cool, but it's also a pain in the ass. So, um, yeah, the channel's been kind of chaotic lately, hasn't it? We've been sort of all over the place, but thank you guys. Um, yeah, feed where you connect to the spiritual aspects in your life. That's beautifully said, Salavi. Oh man, that's beautifully said. So here's where the grass grows. Man, that was beautifully said. So I'll repeat. Salavi says, feed where you connect to the spiritual aspect in your life. Different for everyone? Question mark. You know the question to that. Obviously, it's different for everyone. To be a spiritual person isn't to be a good person, isn't to be a bad person. It's just to understand that we all come from spirit. Whatever you believe, that spirit, God, Allah, Jah, Source, the all oneness. Um, Before, oh, I think my tobacco plants popped up. Oh, they did. I planted tobacco plants. I don't think you can see them. Actually, I planted a bunch. I can show you a bigger tobacco plant if you guys want to see, like a native tobacco plant. That's so cool. That makes me happy. Um, yeah, just don't try too hard, you guys. You know what I mean? Don't. I'm talking to myself too, because I have a tendency to try to. Maybe it's the Aries in me where I'm always just like fucking make it work, make it work. If that's your style, that's your style. Like for me, that's my style. Sometimes you just gotta headbutt shit till it works. Sometimes not, but like Salavi said, we all have our connection to spirit, whether it's riding, journaling, yoga, going for bike rides, hanging out with the homies, dancing, playing music, reading, gardening, traveling, meeting new people, um, intimacy through lovers, you're into Kama Sutra and crazy shit like that, like anything. Like people can connect to spirit through anything, and spirit can be found through anything. Enlightenment can be found through anything. So there's no point in trying to put a circle in a square peg. You know what I mean? Like if you're reading all the spiritual books but you just feel like you're not tapping in, stop reading the spiritual books. If you're watching all the spiritual YouTubers and you feel like you're just not having breakthroughs, and stop watching the fucking YouTube. Stop watching me. You know what I mean? Like just find peace. You know what I mean? To try all things. Like we all know what makes us happy, because if we have a day off and unlimited money, we pull the trigger on something. I'm going to Hawaii. Okay, then you love traveling and going to tropical places. Like it's not a big deal. Travel and go to fucking Hawaii. Or you're I don't know. Um, it's just I hate to see frustration with something like reaching enlightenment, because by definition, enlightenment is without frustration. So if what you're doing is frustrating you, and you think that that's going to lead you to enlightenment, it's almost a paradox, an oxymoron. Again, like the story I was telling you with ayahuasca. I don't know if I was able to finish that story before it cut off, but the response I got was, "Hey, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom. You don't have to be taken to hell, put through the ringer. Your soul doesn't have to burn off. You know what I mean? For you to reach enlightenment." Her response was, "It could be that if you absolutely feel the need to do that, and some people do. Some people are just convinced in their mind that they have to be sent through hell in order to reach heaven, and that is absolutely a way. But there's different types of hell, there's different degrees of hell. Like eh, your imagination is the limit. um, if you can imagine something, it can be done. You know what I mean? And if you're smart, um, if you sort of apply the laws of nature as you go along, for the most part you'll be fine. You know what I mean? And we talk about those things. um, but I wish we could all just chill, have a big fire, have some good music, a good live band playing in the background, maybe some fiddles, a nice stand-up bass, maybe a mandolin, a nice little piano, some homemade pumpkin ale that the neighbor grew down the street, and it's just strung like yellow lights across the way, and there's candles on the table, and the kids are running around merrymaking, and the grass is green and soft. Like simple things, you know what I mean? Keep it. When I used to work this job, and it involved a lot of teaching and intellect, but you get so carried away that um, you become you become consumed by it. So what the trainer taught me was kiss it. Like whenever you're approaching an endeavor of yours, kiss it. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. It's as little moving parts as possible, um, without sacrificing, the necessities. Don't oversimplify things, but don't make them bigger than they are. And that's of these last three videos is what I've been trying to say before they all keep getting cut off. Is if you're trying to reach enlightenment, if you're trying to ascend, if you're trying to tap into oneness, like keep it simple. um keep it simple, keep it by follow your bliss. I know that's sort of cliche thing to say, so maybe we won't even say follow your bliss. We'll just say I'm gonna follow what brings you peace at night. It's not a hard one, you know. It's not hard. And if you don't know what brings you peace, then my God, you're a lost soul at this point. And I don't think anybody can help you. And maybe you should eat like 12 grams of pizza toppings and go talk to the machine elves, have your ego dissolved. That actually might help. That actually might help you guys. That might help you guys. Um, oh damn. Oh, that's right. John Milks. I forgot you worked for the military. You were in the military, something like that. But thank you guys all for tapping in again as I try to get these lives figured out. We need some music. Oh, yo, I'll do music. Well, maybe we'll jam tomorrow. I've been I have 2, 3, 4. I'll have 5 songs recorded for my album release. By the end of the next couple weeks, I'll record my 6th, and we'll end it at 6. And I'll jam you some tunes in the meantime. Not thinking, I probably will start a separate YouTube channel that's just the music, so I don't muddle the message, you know, and funnel you guys over to the YouTube music channel. I'm stoked. I'm super excited. I'll play you guys music for sure. Juxtaposition. What a nice word, Mia Mia. This is a take 3. How do you connect spiritually to achieve? And me personally, well, I'm gonna get down off my high horse. I wouldn't say that I'm an enlightened being. You know what I mean? I know that I'm not an enlightened being. Um, but to be completely honest with you, I've never had enlightenment as my goal. My path, my path on the spiritual cause was never a spiritual thing to begin with. I was just more curious about shit. You know what I mean? I just like old things that hold value. I just love timeless things, whether they're timeless philosophies or timeless artifacts or timeless people or ideas or timeless cars, timeless weapons. Like, I don't know, I just love timeless things. There's something about, there's this um and it's so and I also love philosophy. I studied philosophy in college, so the most timeless, meaningful philosophies have been stuff like that are in the esoteric world. So I found myself reading the Kabbalion and Corpus Hermeticum and the Bible and the Jewish Tanakh, which is the Old Testament of the Bible. Um, Stuff on Taoism and Buddhism. I all the ancient like I love mythology. Studying ancient Egyptian, Norse, Greek. Um, it's about it. African, Native American mythologies, and it was like, yeah. So what do I do to what? So what would I do to reach? And like, I'm doing it for the most part. I love to grow things. I find extreme pleasure and peace and growing things. You know what I mean? Growing plants and trees. And, like, I love seeing things grow. That's one of my all-time favorite things. I love seeing things grow. So I love growing mushrooms and trees and plants. I used to grow crystals as a kid. I'd buy those crystal growing kits and I would grow crystals on the rocks. It's just something really satisfying in watching something grow. I don't know what it is about that. Um, Walks. Like, I love going on walks at nighttime, listening to like just beautiful music, smoking some oregano, putting on the headphones, and going for long walks at night is debatably one of my favorite things ever. Like, that brings me consistent, genuine, long lasting, healthy mind, body, spirit peace. Is like, I would walk to the gym. I'd work out a little bit, but I would mostly go to the gym and sit in the sauna, read a book, and then walk home. And I was bliss. Like, pure bliss, that, that satisfied mind, body, spirit. Like if I was able to do something like that 2, 3 days a week, regardless of what was going on in my life, I think I would die happy. Um, Music, fucking love music. That if anything were to bring me to enlightenment, it would be it would be playing a grand piano in a dark room, maybe a couple candles on the piano, and that's it, with some oregano and maybe a couple other musicians, and to just fucking jam hard. Like I'll hit enlightenment every single time. Um, Music, growing things, um, yeah, those have been pretty consistent things if we're talking the entirety of my life, like the past 10 years or so. Those have been my staples. Of course, that'll change. Ooh, I like of course, reading too, like studying interesting things. That helps a lot. Um, Reading a really good fantasy novel where I can just slip into a new world is one of my all-time favorite things to do. Like, that feeling you get when like, the more disappointed I am in a book that it ends, the better. You know what I mean? That means that's how deep in it I was. Reading, gardening, music, um, good movies, even a video game. Like I like video games a lot. Um, those ones aren't necessarily sustainable though. It's not the most sustainable to just slam video games 24/7. Within reason, I guess it could. You could use your imagination just to find enlightenment through a video game. After all, video games came from source, so there is source in video games, is there not? Um, Starmaker. What's Starmaker? Um, a video on marriage. Interesting. I mean, I'm not married, so I'm not. I can't. I feel like I'm not necessarily qualified to make a video on marriage, but um, goddess of cats. I'm struggling just to be human at this point. I'm in my 20s and feel like life is happening to me. Goddess of cats, just because life is happening to you. Like, you are happening to life, and life is happening to you. It's um, struggling just to be human. Yeah, but when you're done with the struggling, you'll stop struggling. I don't know anything about your personal case, um, so I can't comment too much on that. But I do know, just from my own experience and those around me, that the 20s is definitely a time to struggle to a certain degree, especially in our society, because you're young enough to where you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want in your 20s, and you should do whatever the fuck you want, like blow all your money, travel to whatever countries you want to travel to. Um, Make all the mistakes that you want in your 20s. Not all of them, but you know what I mean. At the same time, it's so it's such the thing to do now to flaunt. Is that the right word? Flaunt your shit on social media. So everyone looks like they're doing better than you, and everyone's so much happier than you are, and everyone's like, life is so much cooler than yours is, and it's, of course, but we're looking at it through the filter of their IG, and we all know that that's not at all how people exist. So yeah, 20s is tough. I'm 31, I think. I'm 31. Yeah, I think I might be 32. I keep forgetting. I think I'm 32. Um, Anywho, where was I? Ah, yes. Don't worry too much. The 20s isn't it is. You, like I said, I don't know your particular case, but for me, I thought I was struggling in my 20s too. Now, like when I look back on them, I think that was I had so much fucking fun in my 20s. God, that was so much different then. Saunas are perfection. Hell yes, Roxanne. Yeah, playing guitar in a dark room, that takes practice. Oh, there's something about playing music in the dark, man. It's one of my favorite things ever is playing music in the dark. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll do that on a live. We'll play some music in the dark together. J.R. Tolkien, Roxanne Victor. Ooh, there you go. Study the Eagle. I'll assume piano is similar to playing a computer without a screen. I can see the piano. I don't mean dark, like pitch black where I can't see the keys, because I don't want that. I'm not that good at the piano. I just mean a dimly lit room. You know what I mean? Just a candle or two on top of the piano. I can still see the keys, but it's like it's almost like you're playing in the emptiness of space when you're playing music in a dark room. Starmaker is a singing karaoke type. Oh, super down. How do you hurt you? I thought you were at least 30. I thought you were at least 30. No, I'm 32. Damn, you guys are hitting me with the questions right now. It's getting cold out here. How do you find purpose? You just do, you do a whole bunch of things, man. You just like, y'all need to get rid of, that's why I checked myself earlier when I said follow your bliss, because fuck that too. Don't follow your bliss. It puts too much pressure to say follow your bliss, follow your highest excitement, your purpose, follow your soul. What's my soul? I want to find my soul contract. Well, what was I born to do? And that shit only exists in the movies, you guys. Like, fuck that. 1% of us is going to come into this world knowing exactly what we are here to do, how we're going to do it, and are happy every step of the way and know every step of the way that this is what we were born to do. And that's all they ever make the movies on. So that's how we think we should be. But the reality is, you don't know your fucking purpose. I don't know my highest purpose. Is it making YouTube videos? Is it teaching people shit? Is it doing tarot readings for people to help their lives out, or just doing coaching for people to help? Is it growing a forest over the whole planet? Is it raising my son, family? Um, you know what I mean? Like, who fucking knows, man? But I'm speaking from my personal experience. I'm thinking like how my process on how I see myself with the question you're asking me. So keep that in mind. Um, I just do the things that are sustainably happy for me. Again, this is if I were to write it to myself, have a conversation with myself. It was do the things that are sustainably happy, that provide benefits for the world and yourself, or at least your family and yourself. Like, I'm not fucking trying to save the world. I'm trying to grow corn so I can feed, my partner, my brother, my son, my dad, like just so I can feed my family fresh food. Like, I have a bunch. Check this out over here. Check this out. We're gonna come over here because it's getting dark under the orange tree. Check this out. See this? These are a bunch of radish that I grew out of a pizza box. Just got a pizza box, threw a bunch of radish in there. Now we're going radish. You see this? This is some tobacco that I'm growing. Some nicotiana, some Native American tobacco. We got some oregano plants. Like I'm not trying to save the world. I'm just trying to have my family eat fucking radishes. Like, that's it. That's it. Like, I'm not trying to save the world, but it brings me happiness to do something like that. That's what I mean. Like, it doesn't have to be something extravagant. So if you say, how do you find your purpose, or how do you find your highest excitement? You just, especially if you're young, like, your shit's gonna change. You can't expect that you're gonna want to do one thing for the rest of. I can't expect myself to want to do one thing for the rest of my life. That's crazy. Um, it's fucking super crazy, actually. So. Tastes bomb, but I probably should have rinsed it off because I poured a bunch of compost tea. So I'm just munching on worm poop right now, but whatevs. Jordan Peterson. I love Jordan Peterson. Yeah. So how do you find purpose? Just do things that you enjoy. Don't worry about it being your highest excitement. Just do something that you enjoy. And then the next day, do something that you enjoy. But make sure that it's like I said, sustainably. Don't. I enjoy having cocktails, and like every night you're slamming 4 or 5 cocktails. That's not a sustainable. And that's also probably you masking emotions and trying to hide something. So that's kind of another pitfall of just being as black and white as just follow your highest excitement, because some people's highest excitement is partying on the weekend, but in actuality they could just be running from something or avoiding something or masking something by just getting hammered every weekend, so that takes a little discernment. That takes a little bit of, as they say, know thyself, know why you do what you do, how you do it, kind of thing. How do you feel about giving people second chances? I have no idea. That's a super subjective question. It depends on the person. Like, how bad did they fuck up? What did they fuck up on? Did they change? They seem sincere. Like, how do you feel about it? I don't know. That's a loaded question. So my answer is absolutely. Give people second chances all the fucking time. I've messed up. I'm glad people have given me second chances, but like, there are some things that you shouldn't give second chances for. I don't know. It's a tough question. Gosh, cats. I might be taking everything a little too serious. You might be. Might be. Um, your God-given talents. That's a good one. Your God-given whatever you're good at. That's a good start. But sometimes, like, it. Sometimes we're good at things that we don't necessarily want to do. Like, I would make a great salesman, but I don't want to work in sales because of that sort of lifestyle, that grind, that type A where you're sort of firing on all cylinders 24/7 burns me out. I don't like getting burned out on things. So it's not as, yeah, it could be, it's a good start. Like, if you don't know what else to do, you can start with something that you're good at, but you can also start with something that you enjoy that you know nothing about, and you just teach yourself. Like, I sucked at public speaking. I've never been comfortable speaking on a camera, and it was something that I avoided lives on my channel for years because I wanted everything to be pre-recorded and perfect and edited with nice music in the background to distract from if I mess up or something, because I was not confident in the words that I was saying. And now I fucking host lives like it's no big deal. So even if you're not good at something, that doesn't mean that it can't be your purpose. Just try everything. Fuck up, do things wrong, get things wrong, and get things right, and you give yourself a chance to like feel things out. Um, I was never drawn to music, but when I was a senior in high school, me and half the football team got our schedules mixed up, and they put us in piano class. So I show up to piano class like bunch of band nerds, just being a dick with the other, just super jock back in high school. Um, and then the teacher came in and sat down, played A Whole New World, the Aladdin song on a baby grand piano, and I was like, this is fucking incredible. You know what I mean? And here I am, slay the piano. Played in a couple bands. I played fucking music festivals. Like, it's awesome. Like, music changed my life, and I wasn't interested in it. Um, I had never played it. No one in my family played it. It was a complete shock. So that's what I mean. You just be open to anything. Like, be open to anything as long as it'll strike a nerve. You know what I mean? It'll strike something. It's also cold as hell outside. I think I might go in. Um, Kenny Pete's been here for a while. Caught him cheating while we were married the first time. Z. Um, I I don't know. If he's a cheater, maybe he's not monogamous. Ask him. Have a conversation. Be like, hey, I'm considering giving you a second chance, but like, there's no strings attached. We have no invested anything in the relationship. So let's have an open conversation. Do you are you monogamous? Do you even want to be? And it's like, I understand that you love me, but people can love someone and still want to see other people. Like, let's be real, we're fucking humans. So have a conversation if that's the case. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the dude. Um, or just be like you cheated on me, so I can smash when I want to to make up for it. I don't know. I don't know. It's the age of ignorance. Bodhi, tree. This is why knowing thyself is imperative. Yeah, well said, Sarah. Um, Open relationship. Yeah, I mean, there's different types of relationships. You know what I mean? Especially the older you get, like people are strange creatures. You know, people change constantly. Um, don't think that you're living forever after life has to be like what the movies are. You know, the cool thing about being a sovereign human is you can um, tailor make your own life as you want it. You can tailor your relationships as you want it. The key is you have to sort of take off the rose-colored glasses at the beginning of relationships, and put the shit all on the line from the get-go. Because you guys would be surprised how many people there are out there in the world that want exactly what you want and want it exactly how you want it. You just have to express that from the get-go. Because the relationships are tough. It's easy to say everything in the beginning because there's no investment. But the longer you're in a relationship and the more you hold back, the harder it is to express that because the longer you're in a relationship, the more say you live together or all your friends are the same friends now, or the best friend, the parents are best friends or something, or you have a child together or something like that. That's why it's best to get shit out as much out as possible in the beginning, um, so that there's no fucking there's no surprises along the way. And you never know, like you could be on the same page, or you could fucking, like, I don't know, people say that they find their soulmates, but I don't know if I believe in soulmates, but I do believe in two people coming together with a sort of cosmic relationship, not because they were soulmates, but because they were just both so dialed into each other that the blend of masculine and feminine is on some Superman shit, you know. That's a conversation to have before you cheat. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, obviously, obviously. That's what I'm saying. If she wants to give someone a second chance, like have that conversation before. If I can, you give that person a second chance. Like, what's good? Um, Off and on since I was 15. Now I'm 34. Good luck. Good luck. Just have a conversation. Have a conversation on what you want. Um, Ask yourself what you would do if you caught him cheating again. Obviously, um, obviously, he can cheat on you while still loving you, and that's that's the kicker. Is before he loved you and he cheated on you. So if he loves you now, it's not like saying, "Oh, I love you. I'm not going to cheat on you this time," or at least you know he's going to want to sleep with other women. That's kind of the thing. And that even if he doesn't cheat on you, that in the back of his mind he's like, fuck, I wish I could smash, but I don't. And like, are you cool with knowing that your boo wants to smash the whole time but doesn't? You could be fine with that. That's like, I feel like that's what most couples are. Most are like, I can't do that. Like, I'm not a cheater, I'm a good person, I'm not going to do that. um, that's what I mean. It's kind of, we're just not relationship. I'm not a relationship coach, you guys. I'm not a fucking relationship therapist, so don't you guys should definitely take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Oh god, he's in prison. Maybe you should move on.